Ammo shelves are looking emptier by the week, and if you've tried to pick up a new pistol lately, you already know. It's getting wild out there. People aren't waiting around to see what happens next. They're grabbing the guns they trust most before they're gone. This year, some models are flying out of stores faster than clerks can restock them, and for good reason. These aren't just trend pieces. They're reliable, proven, and ready for whatever's coming. So, before we dive into the list, take a quick second to hit like, drop a comment on which one you'd choose, and subscribe if you want more real-world breakdowns like this. Alright, let's talk about the pistols everyone's chasing in 2025, and why they're worth the hype. Number 10. Heckler & Koch VP9 Tactical. Heckler & Koch VP9 Tactical is the kind of full-sized striker-fired pistol that tells you its role as soon as you pick it up. Duty-ready, suppression-friendly, and built to eat rounds without complaint. The Tactical Optics Ready model wears a 4.7-inch cold hammer forged barrel that is often threaded for suppressor use and finished to resist holster wear and heavy training. Magazine options are generous, so you can run a 17+1 or a 20+1 setup, depending on the kit. And factory support for 10 and 15 round mags gives flexibility for different carry laws or range needs. Overall, length measures about 7.95 inches, height sits near 5.41 inches. And the slim profile runs close to 1.32 inches, so it tucks into a duty holster while still offering a 3-finger grip for control. Unloaded weight commonly falls in the 26.87-ounce neighborhood, which helps the pistol soak up recoil and stay steady through long strings and suppressed shooting. Notable features include an optics-ready slide with a low-profile mounting system that accepts a wide range of micro-red dots without contorting the slide, tritium or co-witness-capable night sights that work with or without a dot, an aggressive frame texture that locks your hand in even with gloves, and fully ambidextrous controls that are actually usable under pressure. The trigger breaks cleanly for a factory striker system, and the recoil system is tuned for high round counts, so you can train hard without constant part swapping. Threaded barrel models ship with a solid thread protector, and the slide and internals are spec-ed for durability. Typical street prices vary with configuration and options, but expect most new VP9 tactical examples to commonly fall in the $700 to $900 band, depending on dealer and included magazine kits. If this breakdown helped, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which pistol you want to see torn down and run hard at the range next. Number 9. Ruger Max 9. Ruger Max 9 jumps straight to the front of the counter these days because it checks almost every box people are looking for in a carry gun. Chambered in 9mm, carries 10 plus 1 or 12 plus 1 rounds, and sits at a price that makes sense for most budgets at around $379. For under $400, you get an optics ready, lightweight micro that actually shoots like something more refined than its size suggests. The slide is through hardened alloy steel with a black oxide finish, and the 3.2 in barrel is cold hammer forged, which helps longevity and gives you tighter groups than you might expect from a pistol in this price tier. The frame is glass-filled nylon with a well-thought-out texture that locks your hand in without feeling abrasive. And the flat-face trigger offers a clean break and a short reset that makes follow-up shots predictable. Ruger cut the slide for the Shield RMSC footprint, so you can mount common micro red dots without milling or expensive adapter plates. And they offer models with or without a manual thumb safety, depending on how you train and carry. Sights come decent out of the box with a fiber optic front and a drift adjustable rear, so you're not stuck replacing them immediately. Put simply, the Max 9 delivers a package that's dead simple, reliable, and American-made, which is exactly why people are grabbing them as spare guns, truck guns, or lightweight everyday carry options. If you want something that won't make you second guess in a stressful moment and won't blow your budget, this one is an easy pick. Number 8. Glock 43X MOS. Glock 43X MOS has quietly become one of those carry guns you see everywhere because it gets the basics exactly right without trying to be flashy. It's slim enough to disappear under a hoodie, but long enough to give you a 3.4 1-inch barrel and a 3-finger grip that actually feels like real control instead of a compromise. The MOS cut means dropping a micro red dot on top without sending the slide off to a shop. And Glock's NDLC finish on the slide stands up to daily holster wear and sweat, so the finish stays where it needs to. Retail prices vary by seller, but expect the 43X MOS to typically land in the roughly $400 to $600 range depending on color and retailer, which is part of why people are willing to buy it as a dependable daily carry. The trigger is the familiar Glock setup, predictable and straightforward, and in practice that predictability means you spend less time worrying about the tool and more time practicing meaningful drills. I've run everything from cheap plinking ammo to hotter factory defensive rounds through one, and it's kept eating without fuss, which is exactly what you want from a daily driver. Out of the box, the ergonomics are simple but effective. The grip texture keeps your hand from sliding when things get sweaty. And the ambidextrous controls on this generation make it easier to train both hands or share guns with a buddy. If you've been on the fence about stepping up to a slim carry pistol that can still accept a red dot and handle real carry mags, this one deserves a hard look. Before we move on, if you're enjoying these breakdowns, do me a solid and tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment with which gun you want a full field test on next. Number 7. CZP-10C. CZP-10C keeps showing up in cases and on range benches because it packs duty-grade performance into a carry-friendly frame. It wears a 4.0 2-inch cold hammer forged barrel and ships with 15+1 rounds, so you get real capacity without a hulking grip. Overall length runs about 7.3 inches, height near 5.2 inches, and a slim 1.2 6-inch profile with an unloaded weight in the mid-20s of ounces that keeps it comfortable for daily carry. The striker fired trigger punches above its price class with a short take-up, clean break, and crisp reset that makes doubles and strings feel controllable instead of jerky. And the factory ergonomics mean most shooters do not need aftermarket stippling or grip tape to get a secure hold. Optics-ready variants are available, so you can drop on a micro red dot without major gunsmithing. Street prices vary by retailer and variant, but expect standard P10C models to commonly land in the roughly $350 to $500 range, with ported or optics-ready variants often sitting closer to $529 MSRP, and average new values around $475, depending on condition and seller. If you want a compact 9mm that shoots like something bigger, gives modern ergonomics straight from the factory, and keeps meaningful capacity without feeling bulky, the CZP-10C is a very sensible pick. If this breakdown helped, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which pistol you want a full tear down and range test on next. Number 6. Can TP9 Elite SC. Can TP9. Elite SC keeps showing up on lists because it manages to be a serious little pistol without asking for a serious budget. And the specs explain why shooters trust it. It runs a 3.6-inch cold hammer, forged match-grade barrel and ships, with 2 magazines that give you a choice between 12+1 or 15+1 rounds, so you can trade concealment for extra capacity when you need to. Overall length sits around 6.7 inches. Height hovers near 4.6 inches, depending on which magazine you use. And the slim 1.45-inch profile helps it disappear under clothing. Unloaded weight comes in around 24.78 ounces, so it stays comfortable for daily carry, while still feeling solid in the hand. Controls are striker fired with a short, predictable take-up and a crisp reset. The undercut trigger guard and ergonomic back straps lock your hand in without needing aftermarket work. And optics-ready slides mean you can fit a micro red dot without sending it to a gunsmith. On the range, it tracks flat for a subcompact and clears malfunctions quickly, which is why many buyers pick it as a daily carry or a compact range gun. Street prices fluctuate with retailer and finish, but expect most new Elite SCs to sit roughly in the $400 to $450 range, with the suggested retail often advertised close to $439. If you want a carry pistol that blends competition, style features with real-world carry convenience, the TP9 Elite SC is a compelling option. If this breakdown helped, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which pistol you want a full teardown and range test on next. Number 5. Smith & Wesson M&P9 Shield Plus. Smith & Wesson M&P9 Shield Plus keeps earning a spot on carry lists because it blends concealability with real usable capacity and straightforward reliability. And the numbers explain why. It ships chambered in 9mm with 10 or 13 round magazines, so you can choose a slimmer profile or a bit more firepower depending on how you carry. The barrel measures 3.1 inch and overall length is about 6.1 inch. Height sits around 4.6 inches. And the unloaded weight is commonly listed near 17.9 ounces, which all adds up to a pistol that tucks away easily, yet still feels solid enough to shoot well. The striker fired action pairs with a flat face trigger that breaks cleanly and resets quickly. The grip texture balances comfort and control, so it rides well inside the waistband. And optics-ready variants and threaded barrel or ported performance center versions are available if you want to customize for a dot or suppressor. In real use, the Shield Plus is simple to train with, digests a wide range of factory ammo without drama, and its slim footprint prints less than many compacts while letting you put meaningful rounds on target. Street prices vary by retailer and exact model, but expect standard new Shield Plus pistols to commonly sit in the roughly $379 to $549 range depending on features like optics cuts, thumb safety, or performance center upgrades, with many typical configurations drifting toward the $400 to $500 band. If you want a concealable 9mm that shoots above its size without constant tinkering, the M&P9 Shield Plus is a sensible, no-nonsense choice. If this helped, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment with which pistol you want a full teardown and range test on next. Number 4. Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro Comp OSP. Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro Comp OSP keeps showing up at the counter because it basically shrinks full-size control into a micro package while actually doing the work you expect from something larger. The Pro Comp wears a 3.7-inch cold hammer forged barrel and features a factory-cut compensator port that tames muzzle rise so you can run fast strings without the pistol jumping all over your sight picture. And the OSP cut means dropping a micro red dot is plug and play. Overall length sits just over 6.5 inches, and the grip stays that slim 1-inch profile Hellcat fans like, which makes it disappear in an inside the waistband rig, but still lets you get a high, solid grip for control. Capacity is meaningful for the size with 15+1 in the flush mag, and options for extended mags when you want a fuller purchase. And the flat trigger offers a clean break and short reset that turns doubles and rapid follow-ups into controllable hits rather than flinch practice. Unloaded weight keeps it carry-friendly, so you can wear it all day without it digging into your hip. And the build quality from Springfield means the slide-to-frame fit. Sights and controls are ready to work straight out of the box. Street prices vary by retailer, and whether you grab optics or extra mags, but expect most new Hellcat Pro Comp OSP examples to commonly fall in the $450 to $650 range, with sales and dealers sometimes nudging that number down. If you want a micro that handles like something bigger, keeps recoil manageable, and is ready for a red dot without a gunsmith, the Hellcat Pro Comp OSP is one of the few that actually delivers. If this breakdown helped, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment with which pistol you want a full teardown and range test on next. Number 3. Glock 19 Gen 5. Glock 19 Gen 5 stays the benchmark because its specifications back up the reputation, and the platform refuses to be complicated when you need something that simply works. It ships with a 4.0 2-inch marksman barrel that tightens groups compared to older production barrels, and comes standard with a 15+1 round capacity that balances concealability and real firepower. The frame removed the old finger grooves and added a more useful texture that helps when your hands are sweaty or conditions get messy, while the ambidextrous slide, stop, and subtly flared. Magwell make reloads smoother whether you are running drills or dealing with a fast reload in the field. Overall length measures about 7.36 inches, height sits near 5.04 inches. And the slim profile at roughly 1.26 inches keeps it versatile for a wide range of holsters and carry styles. Unloaded weight falls around 23.63 ounces, which balances carry comfort and recoil management. So the gun feels solid when you shoot, but not tiring to carry all day.
The gun is just
mechanically, it is simple and
it's
modular. The NDLC slide finish resists holster rub and sweat better than many aftermarket coatings, and the refined recoil system delivers predictable follow-up shots that let training transfer directly to performance without hunting for aftermarket parts. It is straightforward to outfit with sights, lights, or a micro red dot, and to build into roles from everyday carry to duty to a defensive home rig. Street prices vary by retailer and configuration, but expect most new Glock 19 Gen 5 pistols to commonly fall in the $600 to $620 band before optics or extras, with used examples often showing up lower depending on condition and accessories. For shooters who want one gun that can do almost everything without drama, the Glock 19 Gen 5 remains a practical, no-nonsense choice. If this breakdown helped, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which pistol you want to see pushed hard at the range next. Number 2. Sig Sauer P365X Macro. Sig Sauer P365X Macro stands out because it squeezes real capacity and controllability into a package that still disappears under a shirt, and the spec sheet explains why serious carry folks keep choosing it. The Macro Comp variant runs a 3.1-inch barrel designed to work with the slide profile to keep recoil impulses in check, and most packages include two 17-round steel magazines, giving you a 17+1 capacity that actually matters when you would rather not reload. Overall length measures about 6.0 inches, height sits near 5.2 inches, and the slim width stays around 1.0 inch, so it slides into an inside the waistband holster without shouting to your shirt. Unloaded weight commonly falls around 17.8 ounces, which makes it light enough for daily carry while still feeling solid and controllable when you send rounds downrange. What separates the P365X Macro from smaller carry guns is how it balances the grip module, trigger, and recoil tuning. The grip module gives you a proper purchase so 3 fingers fit naturally. The flat-face trigger breaks cleanly and resets short enough that doubles and fast follow-ups become manageable, and compensated variants or tuned slides help keep muzzle rise down so you stay on target. Optics ready by design. The slide accepts micro red dots without clumsy adapters, and most models pair well with co-witnessing sights that still work if you prefer irons. In real-world use, the pistol digests a wide variety of defensive ammo and handles long practice sessions without fuss, which is why owners treat it as a primary carry rather than a novelty. Street prices vary with configuration, but expect the X Macro to sit in the upper mid-price band relative to compact carry pistols. If you want a carry gun that blends competition-level controllability with true carry convenience, the SIG P365X Macro is one of the few that actually delivers. If this breakdown helped, tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which pistol you want a full-range torture test on next. Number 1. FN509 Tactical. FN509. Tactical tells you what it was built. For the moment you pick it up, overbuilt in the best way, ready to eat rounds and keep working. It wears a 4.5-inch cold hammer forged barrel that is threaded for suppressor use and finished in a tough PVD-style coating that stands up to holster wear and heavy training. Magazine options give you a 17+1 flush configuration for a conservative carry profile and two 24+1 extended magazines when you want rifle-level capacity without weird adapters. Overall length sits around 8.0 inches. The height measures near 5.1 inches, and the width or profile comes in close to 1.3 inches, so the gun balances controllability with a compact footprint for a full-size oriented pistol. Unloaded weight falls roughly in the 25.0-ounce neighborhood, which helps the platform soak up recoil while still being reasonable to carry during long training sessions. Notable features include an optics-ready slide with a low-profile mounting system that accepts micro-red dots without fuss, tall sights that co-witness nicely with a dot, an aggressive frame texture that locks your hand in even with gloves, and fully ambidextrous controls that are actually usable under pressure. The recoil system is tuned for high round counts and suppressed shooting, making the pistol practical straight out of the box for people who want one handgun that can serve as a duty piece, a dedicated range trainer, and a suppression-capable rig without swapping platforms. Typical street prices vary by finish and magazine kit, but expect most new FN 509 tactical examples to commonly fall in the roughly $700 to $850 band, depending on configuration and dealer. If this deep dive helped tap like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which pistol you want to see pushed hard at the range next. That's the list. The pistols people are grabbing right now and why they're moving off shelves faster than usual. If you dug this breakdown, do me a favor. Hit like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the hands-on tests and range torture sessions coming next. Drop a comment telling me which pistol you want to see torn down, tricked out, or hammered through a full stress test, and I'll prioritize the ones you ask for. Your clicks and comments keep this channel running and let me keep bringing real, no-fluff coverage that actually helps you choose and train. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the range in the next video.